are the most important criteria that you're looking at when accepting people to your database, when you're interviewing them?
My niche is, I like to call it working class professionals. And they're basically people that fit in my category, with my background as an electrical engineer. And interesting point, I can think of two guys that I've worked with for 25 years. I've worked with them. Single guys, great guys. I know they make a bunch of money. Like I know they make a bunch of money. And they're great guys, right? They're very generous guys. They're kind. I don't really talk about matchmaking when I'm over there in that space. But I also spent, I have to find men, right? Here I don't mean to get off the track a little bit. This is still about the same thing, but I have to try to find men. I go to engineering meetups. I go to technology meetups. I just stopped my membership at one professional business club here because a new space opened up called car space. I was trying not to air, uh, but and it's all about cars and the things that men like, and a lot of men show up over there, right? So I go into these spaces to try to meet men. My criteria, I'm very concerned about whether you are interested in helping me do a good job for you. Because the number of people that I run into when I say, hey, let's do some coaching, and they say, no, I don't need any coaching. Generally, I know that's not a client for me. Like I think about if you wanted to get good at something, like when I wanted to be good at tennis, I took tennis lessons. When I wanted to be good at golf, I went and took golf lessons. And most people think they know how to do relationships, even though they've never read a book before. They never read a book, never been to a seminar, never coached, never did anything. And it just baffles my mind. It even baffles my mind that people still choose to get married these days. I'm all for marriage. I am 100% for marriage. But the problem I have with marriage is that it's one of the hardest things you'll ever do. And it'll have the biggest impact on your life, but it's the place where people spend the least amount of energy and the least amount of resources to be successful at it. Everybody wants to find it, but they don't want to prepare for how to be successful after you find it, right? So my criteria number one is, do you even want to do this? Like if you're not, like I like the assessments that I talk to you about, the people have to take the assessments before they even sign a contract with, right? Because I won't even sign a contract if you're not willing to do the assessments. Like that's a clear indication to me that like I'm not gonna have it's gonna be tough for me to be successful for you. Because keep this in mind, guys. I love this business, but I try my best to make sure that it is not a business that stresses me out, right? Because I got a whole lot of other things going on in life, and I really want to do this, right? And I really enjoy helping people, and I really do want to make the world a better place. But you got to want it too. If you don't want it yourself, like no amount of money you give me is going to make it's only going to put me in a bad position, because now I got all your money and you're expecting results from me, and I can't give you results because you won't do what you need to do. You know what I mean?
This is
So it's
priceless. This
yeah,
shows extreme care that you have big heart, and they gotta accept your mentorship.